Gamers of Reddit, what was the most horrifying experience you've ever endured in a video game? There was this game back in the day for GameCube called Eternal Darkness. Your character had sanity levels, and as this meter dropped more and more fricked up things would happen. A scream that you couldn't find the source of, blood dripping down the walls. An enemy attacks you out of nowhere and disappears as you realize it was a hallucination. The thing is, some of these happened outside of normal gameplay. It would look like you were turning the volume down on your TV or changing the channel, or like a cable came unplugged. One of these was that it looked like you had navigated to the memory card, remember those, and clicked to format the card. That moment of panic, the complete horror, as I thought that every save in every game I had played was being erased. That is by far the most horrifying thing I have ever experienced in a video game. Playing the first Sims game when I was like 9 years old with some friends. I covered a room in rugs because it looked neat. Turned on a fire because it was cozy. Immediately, the whole room was set ablaze like the rugs were soaked in oil. No gradual fire catching like in The Sims 2 onwards. The parents of the family were trapped and died. The kids on the upper floor couldn't leave the building because the fire was on the way. We couldn't change to building or shopping or click any commands, not even speed up, because it was banned during fires. My friends and I were horrified and had to watch them die for like 5 minutes straight until the fire completely died out. My first Sims game was Sims 2. The very first night the Sim moved into the new house, he decided to eat barbecue for dinner, proceeded to light himself on fire and died because I didn't know about fire alarms. In Resident Evil 4, I was just shooting the water at the end of a pier because I thought I'd get the fish. When that big fish came up and ate me, I actually almost crapped myself. Had 198/200 Pokemon on Sapphire. My little sister wiped the save so she could play a few hours on a girl character, then got bored of it. Ah yes, it must have felt good being an only child after that. Animal Crossing for the GameCube. There was a thing that let you visit a friend's town by sticking their memory card in the other slot. When you visited, it was really aggressive about warning you not to turn off the game while in the other town. Yet that happened. It was an accident. My character when I got the game to boot up again was a changed little villager. Where once was a happy face was 2 black pits, 4 eyes and a month in perpetual scream. And all my money was gone. Turned the game off and cried in fear. Nintendo apparently did this on purpose to try and punish people who were saving scumming, but all it did was scare the crap out of little me. The climax to Dying Light, where you have to run away from all the night crawlers, volatiles. Crap was heart pounding. Oh man, being outside at night for the first time in that game was the worst. Eternal Darkness on GameCube. I'm 17 playing this while home alone on a stormy night. My sanity meter is ratcheting up. My pet cat has a habit of playing with the cables behind the TV. Enter a new room, and the video drops from the screen. Goes black. Says vid1 in green at the top. Frick you cat, go to look behind the TV to fix things. Lightning. Look behind TV. Cables still plugged in. Thunder. Blood curdling scream from TV. Jump. Hit my head. Gotta get a new pair of pants. Why? Why make me think there are problems with my hardware? Oh. To make me drop my guard and absolutely terrify me in ways I never expected to be scared. Metal Gear Solid 2, when Raiden is running around naked and the game starts glitching. There was a part where it says not to sit so close to the TV and you should get some rest or something along those lines. It was 3 AM and I was sitting right in front of the TV. I just cut the game off. I remember the part where the colonel says something like, "You've been playing the game for a long time. You really should take a break." I thought it was going to be truly necessary to save and reboot the game, since Hideo Kojima is insane. So I did. Playing Resident Evil in the dark and seeing that dang dog break through the window. I can remember everything about that moment. And then when you're expecting it in the remake, but it only cracks the window. It only jumps through when you enter from the other side. So it got me when I wasn't expecting it at all. Also, Crimson Heads. At university I would invite my friend around to play Outlast about 1 night a week until it got completed. For the duration of the game I endured all jump scares stoically, solid as a rock, except one moment where my character was outside and a fricking leaf flew across the screen. It fell off my chair in fright. Since then, if it is ever windy on an autumn day, I can guarantee a smartass comment from my friend. My sister unplugged my Battlefront 2 save file when I was saving to the card and it got corrupted. She wanted to watch TV. I had hundreds of hours of stats on that account. I'm still not over it. Batman Arkham Asylum, the Scarecrow introduction. I thought my brother would kill me for breaking his beloved toy. Playing original Diablo and no lie, about to kill Diablo when a loud thunderclap occurred and shut off my power and PC. Shout out to the butcher in Diablo 1. When you open the door full of dismembered naked people and entrails everywhere, and that big mother yells fresh meat and runs at you. I was like 5-6 when I played that and I'll still always remember it. Max Payne, where he has the hallucination with the baby crying and his wife screaming, still gives me nightmares. My first shiny Pokemon was a Graveler. It used Explode. I've heard a story from someone who had observed the unluckiest person in existence. They encountered 2 shinies in a row. Both Graveler, both self-destructed. They are also the reason I will always have a good supply of quick balls. When you're playing Medieval 2, Total War and the Mongols Timurids show up for the first time. CK2 as well. A good late game horde in that game can frick up people in the safest of areas. Outlast, Whistleblower, when the last villain almost succeeds to cut off your genitals with a circular saw so that he can frick you in the wound afterwards. I'm not kidding. I always thought that Trager cutting off some of your fingers with those giant ass scissors was the freakiest. Then again, I haven't seen much of Whistleblower. The first time I encountered a witch in Left 4 Dead. Frick that crap, man. I've never been more terrified in my life. The first moments when you step out of the bathysphere in Rapture after a splicer has cut through some of the metal and the only thing you're holding is a dang wrench. Terrifying. The mannequins in Condemned. Minus the hallucinations, the mannequin sequence in that game was so well designed. The eye is basically designed to move ever so slightly right when they are about to leave your line of sight and make noise when you're not looking. When the game has you going around smacking mannequins just to make sure they aren't real, you know it's done a good job of getting under your skin. Alien Isolation. Medical Bay. When a person sends you to look for something in an area where the alien is actively searching for you, you can't just hide and wait for it to go away. It will not go away. It waits for you. Took me a month to beat that part. Then the hive level. Took me more than a year to beat Alien Isolation. Recommended. Because it learns. It found out I liked to hide in those computer carts. Though my scariest moment is when I found out it can chase you in the vents. It was after me, so I ducked into one and made a 90 turn. I thought I was safe until I hear a fast bang bang bang, and as I turn around it was just barreling down the vent at me on all fours. Nearly passed myself. Probably the entirety of Dead Space 1 just saying that crap fricked me up. Going down that ladder in the first FEAR. Not the scariest moment in gaming, but it was my first horror game. That split second still haunts me. My friend deleted my Pokemon save and restarted with Bulbasaur. I only needed Growlithe and Arcanine to finish the Pokédex. I was 8 when I got Ocarina of Time. Those freaking zombies you have to get past to get the Sun Song and leave the Temple of Time as adult Link have scarred me to this day. How about the dead hands in the bottom of the well and in the Shadow Temple? Outlast was terrifying, especially the Whistleblower DLC. Whistleblower was hands down better than the original game. Outlast 2 comes out tomorrow and I'm holding on to my manhood while I can. Any difficult section in a game with unskippable cutscenes before it. The water part of the original Amnesia. The first time my friend and I tried to play this part, we were taking shots because liquid courage. Unfortunately, the more we drank the scarier it got. Accidentally using my last Mega Elixir on Emerald Weapon 20 minutes into the fight. Vault 11 and FNV, the one with the sacrificial chamber under the Overseer's office. Spoiler, probably my favorite side quest storyline of any game ever, and I don't think there's anything even linking to it, just stumbled upon it randomly. The first thing that sprung to mind is Hotel Basement in The Last of Us. Up until that point in the game you had never not had a partner or two, and then suddenly you are alone in a pitch black pit of monsters. But that aside, The real answer is the entirety of PT. It's a horror classic and it's an absolute travesty that it's no longer available for download. When I was in middle school I got Myst for my DS. It's totally silent except for possible machines you turned on or clues. In one building there were these books. You open them and there are screens inside with fuzzy moving images of people talking in creepy, old radio-like voices. Nope. Both the bad endings to that game really messed with my head. That part in Dead Space 2 with the laser in the eyeball. Cringy crap right there. Anything eye related makes me freak out. It's as if my eyeballs don't want to see their kin being hurt in any way. I didn't endure it, but my little brother have told me about the time when a friend of his was looking over his save files for his PlayStation. He looked at an over 300 hour almost maxed out save file of Final Fantasy VII and hit a button. "Do you want to delete this save file?" My little brother tensed up and said very carefully, "Whatever you do not select yes." The friend said what? Yes hits random buttons, and the save file is gone. I cringe and shudder just thinking about it. That one room in Psychonauts. I was not ready for that. You definitely don't want to go in that room. That's a party killer right there. We don't go to Ravenholm. You know, it's weird. Horror games don't bother me, but Ravenholm. There's something about that level that just sets my teeth on edge. When I was 11 Halo CE came out. I don't play horror games, and didn't expect anything like the flood was going to pop up. It creeped me out a bit and how closed in the library level was a bit scary to 11-year-old me. My little brother saving over my almost complete game file in GoldenEye. This was also what taught me to keep multiple save files just in case. In The Sims 3 my sim was staying at someone's house for too late, around 2 AM if I recall correctly, so the game tried to make a nearby sim shoo my sim away so he'll leave. There were adult sims on the lot, but for some reason the game bugged out and a baby tried doing the shoo animation, which just made it look like the freaking alien from Alien Isolation. Pretty much all of Bioshock. When you walk into that dentist's office and it gets all foggy, and then he's right behind you just staring at you when you turn around. That or the shotgun on the floor in the pool of light. You know it's a trap, but dang, you need that shotgun. Sonic 06. Just the entire game, really. It's no use. I played Half-Life 2 for the first time and I didn't know anything about it. Then a mutant cat head crab jumped right at my face and I had never been so frightened over a video game. Encountering the Surex in Metroid Fusion. Red Dead Redemption. Last mission. When you walk out of the barn and see that there is no way in heck you're gonna survive that. Spoiler. I was naive and thought there was no way that I was gonna go out like that. I was about 11 and playing The Sims 3 with my friend, and a ghost possessed the bed in our Sims house. We crap our pants and turned it off. In the first Sims, randomly, the repairman passed away while fixing my dishwasher. From that point forward, every time I called for a repairman, his ghost would come by and fix my stuff. Wasn't expecting that at all. It was Lemmings. Or possibly Lemmings 2. Anyway, I was out 1 pixel in my digger's position and the whole troop fell from one platform into a burning pit of oil on the platform below them. It was all over before I could hit the explode all option. I felt so ashamed. You have been visited by the Good Sleep Pizza. You will be blessed with cozy sleeps but only if you upvote before going to sleep. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.